Good evening, good evening, good evening. How y'all doing today? Listen, it's another episode of the Darell Show. I really appreciate you guys being here today. Check this out. I have a question. With so much identity theft going on, people are being taken real advantage of a lot lately these days. So how often is it that you get to interview the person that stole your whole identity? Listen, I'm about to do it today. If y'all didn't know, I got a bunch of children. They range from 8 to 28. I think. Yeah, I think that's how old they are. Anyway, but this is my middle child that's about to pop up today, Darell Jr. He's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna name how many favorites I got, but it's a number between 1 and 5. So without further ado, I'm finna expose everything. I'm finna put him out there. Okay. If I'm having any issues or anything like that, audio wise, y'all please let me know. Okay, in the comments. Thank you. Darell Jr. Uh-oh. He ain't popping on. Let me see here. What's happening? Oh, there you
Oh,
go. How you doing,
what's
sir?
going on?
How,
I'm
how
doing
you
all
doing?
right. How you doing?
Let's give you a let's give you a round of applause for being brave enough to come on today. How
Yeah, I
you
don't
doing?
look like
You my namesake, and you stole everything I got going on, sir.
you gave it to me. Yeah, I can
Uh,
only say what's given. So.
I did. I remember going to the hospital with your mom for the ultrasound, and they were like, oh, they was like, oh, it's a boy. I said, oh, this DJ. First thing I said, she'll tell you, go back and ask her.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah, she told me a couple of times.
okay, all right. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you too, man.
I appreciate you coming on today.
I see we both rocking our Atlanta sports shirts. Gotta represent.
Oh yeah, but since I'm committed to wearing black on air, I had to put the Hawks on. You know,
I'll take
I'm. Look at Pastor Sherry said that's Big Scooter.
it.
Okay, that's little DJ. Good evening. So, DJ, tell us about yourself. Where you from? Give us some of your stats. Share with the people.
All right. Well, my name is Darell Williams Jr.
Officially.
I know he's the original, but I mean, the sequel's always better than the original. So
Never,
get it there.
never, never.
But I'm from Columbus, Georgia. Born and raised, been here for basically all my life, except for a couple of years spent elsewhere. But from Columbus, Georgia, 2 loving parents, got plenty of siblings, graduated from Carver High School,
Go
and
Tigers. ODH.
yeah, go Tigers, go Tigers. And I mean, I'm sure we'll get into more. I'm still 22 years old, so I don't have a lot of stats I can say that I can give right now. But I'm sure we'll get more into it as the episode goes on. So, you know, for now, that's what I can give you because that's all I got right now.
So you're 22 years old. You went to Carver High School. Did you go to
Yes,
any
sir.
other school in Columbus?
I did. I went to Arnold Middle School and Diamond Elementary.
Okay. Do you
Stayed
have
there.
any accolades from those schools that you'd like to talk about?
I mean, so at Carver, I mean, I would say at Carver, I graduated Mu Alpha Theta. This means I was like in top of my class in mathematics and all that. And middle school and elementary school, I had a lot more awards. But the as you get older throughout school, you kind of start slowing down when it comes to like being the best student you can possibly be.
No, you
You know,
don't. You should never slow. You know what? Don't get
I
me
know you
started.
shouldn't, but it's just it's a natural progression, and unfortunately, I fell into that trap. I didn't fall too deep into it though because I did eventually get into college, and
You know you're supposed to get better.
yeah, yeah, you should, of course, but I'm saying that's what happened with me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you are number 3 out of 5. How does
hmm
it feel being in the middle? Because usually people that have, usually children that are born in the middle, usually have some sort of identity issue. But I've known you for a very long time, and I don't think that's the case with you. So you tell me what it's like being the second boy but third child.
So for me, honestly, I don't feel like I live that typical middle child stereotypical life where you feel like you're forgotten or you feel like you're misheard, or whatever the case is. Because I mean, I feel like I'm loud enough on my own to where I'm gonna force somebody to hear me by how I talk. When you see the face you make, it speaks volumes about how I am as a person. I mean, plus the fact that I pretty much grew up. My older brother is 6 years older than me, and he was out the house. I was still 12 years old. So it was really me and Devin for a long time. So at that point, I became the older brother in the house.
And so, how did that feel?
I, it really didn't feel no different. It was the same feeling I had when my older brother was here. So I mean, it just gave me a little bit more space to be the guy in the house. I would say,
The guy.
like
Wow.
the older brother. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what does it come with, like being the older brother? Now, for all who don't know, I'm the oldest in my family, okay? Then I got a little
Mm-hmm.
sister and another little sister, Toot and Kiera. But we don't really acknowledge them like that. We don't talk about them like that because they're kind of sensitive. But anyway, what is it like being a big brother to Sugar Mama and to Scooter? Now Scooter didn't live with you growing up. Let's just put that
Yeah.
out there. But what is it like being the big brother to those two in particular?
So honestly, I would say in my personal experience, I felt like it was kind of a little bit pressure to be a good older sister to Devin, simply because my older brother, he's been good to me.
How you get to be
So
an older
I've always
sister to
wanted to
Devin?
replicate it. Hmm?
How you get to
You
be
said
an
what?
older sister to Devin?
You know what I meant to say. My older brother did
Oh,
that.
okay. I said something you ain't. Is
Nah,
this something that you ain't telling me today? Okay, well go ahead.
nah, I'm still the guy. Nah, look, it's pressure to be like a good older brother because, like I said, my older brother, he was pretty good to me, still is to this day. So when he left the house, of course, naturally, I'm the oldest child in the house at that point, and Devin, as much as it may not seem like it, Devin follows my lead in a lot of things. So, if I tell Devin, "Hey, you want to go here?" She'd be like, "Mm-hmm." All
But
right, come
does
over.
I mean,
And,
let's be honest. That's Devin's response to a lot of stuff, though.
yeah, but I feel like a lot of family, especially on my mom's side, and even on your side as well, have said that Devin, she for some reason she responds to me differently than she responds to others. They would, she speaks under her breath a lot of times. So they'll say, "Can you translate for what she's saying?" and all that, simply because I guess we have that that chemistry, that connection between each other you know that I've garnered from being like the older brother in the house, and just
So
yeah,
as an older brother, you are protector. You
yes,
are
yeah. I
uh
don't play by.
enforcer.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you
I
have a
don't
favorite
play about.
sibling?
No, I don't. I don't have a favorite sibling. If I'm being honest, I don't have a favorite sibling. I love them all the same. I love them all differently, but I love
Yeah,
them all the same.
you could love them equally. You can't love them the same though, because they require something differently, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They all require different stuff.
How's your relationship with your older sister and your older brother? Well, you said your older brother is good. What about your older sister?
And me and her have a good relationship too. We don't talk as often as my other two siblings, simply
Uh huh.
because we typically live in different households than I have.
Uh huh.
But you know, the times we do spend together. The last time I saw her, we went bowling together, and we were sitting at the bar having drinks together before we went
Whoa,
to
whoa,
bed.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
we did.
whoa! Wait,
we're
wait,
both of
wait!
age.
Y'all were doing what at the where? Doing what together?
Yes, we were at the bar, had a couple drinks, not enough to be under the influence or to we're none of that. No, I don't get drunk in public. None of that. No, just a couple of sips. Had a couple of the bowling alley fools and all that, and had a good time together. And it feels like a stark contrast of me and her growing up. Me and her used to fight a lot growing up, so it kind of felt good to be able to spend that time with Destiny, in that capacity. Because our past. Of course, not everyone knows me and Destiny's past, but yeah, me and Destiny always loved each other, but we always bickered. Back and forth, fought. She always had to be being shorter than her, and it felt good to be able to spend that good time with her. So
Wait a minute. Y'all sat at the bar with each
yes,
other,
we did.
having
We
drinks,
did.
not
Yes.
eating appetizers. Not
No, we had appetizers too.
that's not the point that we're talking about right now, Darell Jr.
Ah.
This is all news to me.
Oh,
Okay,
but yeah, of
so
course.
So full stop. I became a truck driver when this one was. Let me see. I was barely 1 year old. He wasn't even one yet. I graduated truck driving school in July of 2003. He was born in October of 2002. So you've never really had the opportunity to see me in the house every day as your dad, because I was always out trying to take care of you guys. Ooh, excuse me. So with that, do you think that you were able to get as much or enough from me to get you to this point in your life?
So the way I look at it is because I mean I'm a pretty positive person. I see this. I was given enough to get to where I am, and I appreciate the amount that I was given because I know, and I have friends and people that I know who weren't even given nearly half or a quarter of what I was provided growing up. Now I can say on the flip side though, there were times we wonder, I'm like, man, I wish my dad was here because I mean, who wouldn't want to spend time with their dad? So
Because maybe if I was home, then you and Destiny wouldn't be at the bar having drinks together. I mean, I wait
man,
till I talk to your mama. I'm gonna see what she has to say about this because I know she got something to do with it. No, she don't. I'm just kidding. Well, so you were born into kind of a unique situation because your mom and I we got married when she was 7 months pregnant with you. Now,
hmm
mind you, I don't have anything negative to say about your mom. I never have and I never will. She'll always be, a special person in my life as a co-parent when it comes to you guys.
yeah.
But when she and I we went through our divorce in 2011, well, starting in 2009, but 2011, I really felt like that put you guys in a peculiar place. Um, how now? She and I have been divorced now for what's that? 14, almost 14
14.
years. Oof, boy. So how has the relationship with both of us, your mom and I, and your mom and I, and your siblings and all of that, how has it changed anyway since have you seen any differences in yourself or in your siblings since she and I have been divorced? And I know it's a heavy subject, but it's something that we deal with. You
Yeah.
guys, myself, will always be in a blended family. We came in the door in a blended family, so this is not a subject that I really want to shy away from. But I've never had the opportunity to ask you how you feel about what we went through back in the day.
So I'm gonna be totally honest. When I was younger, when y'all were both going through the divorce and all that, I had no clue what any of that mean. I just knew that y'all two weren't together. So in my eyes, it just seemed like okay. I mean, I guess because it didn't feel as rough on me simply because, like I said, you
Hmm.
were on the road, providing. He came home like on the weekends and all that. From what I remember, like I said, at that time I'm what 7, 8, 9 years old. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
somewhere in
enough
there.
to
Yeah.
understand, but naturally, like I said, I'm more focused on other things, more focused on playing outside and all those different things to even truly understand. Since it wasn't really in my face, since I didn't really get the full experience of both of y'all being in the house 7 days out of the week, anyways. But of course, naturally, as I gotten older, since I was already used to that, I personally don't feel like it's really affecting me in any negative way, since
Hmm.
it's what I've gotten used to in my life. I feel like I've had to get more used to my current situation now with my mother married now. So, I feel like that's a, little bit, a bigger impact now. Not in a negative way, just, more getting used to than, not having a separated, but, still cool parents and all that.
So, did you feel any type of drop off? You don't think you felt any type of drop off at all? I'm not trying to make you have one, but
No, no, no. No, no, I get your question. No, I didn't really feel the drop. Like I said, I'm more of a, I live my life, in like patterns, I would say. And since I was already used to, like I said, you're on the road anyways. It didn't really you know, affect my head as much knowing that okay, you're not gonna be at home as much anymore. Since I mean that's just what I was used to up to that point, anyways. Plus, like I said, not to mention I didn't truly know what a divorce meant, anyways. I just
right.
knew like yeah, y'all aren't gonna be together. Okay,
Okay.
that's okay.
Okay. I mean, I still tried my best to be there for you guys as much as I possibly could anyway. So,
Yeah.
and I
Oh yeah.
understood that, and but my main point for you guys back then was, and it's still to this day, it'll forever be this. It was never you guys' fault. It's just two people just couldn't get along, just couldn't make it for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But now that's not my will for you. That's not my choice for you guys. I don't ever want you guys to have to go through that, because I can tell you honestly that divorce hurts. Especially
Yeah.
when you have children involved. And I think out of all of my children, I think Sugar Mama took it the worst. And I get it. She was younger. She didn't understand, but I'd have to let her tell her story another time.
Mhm.
But with that, so you were the child that I had, okay, was always into sports, okay.
Mhm.
As you can tell, we both got on something. I represent all things Georgia except
Yeah.
Tech. Anybody who knows me knows that, okay.
Same way.
But we've had, oh gosh, I remember times where we've gone on AAU tournaments, and I'm gonna tell you, I used to be so upset with them people back in the day, because we had AA teams in the area that you ended up joining, and a lot of those tournaments were like, you know what, he made this team because his daddy's check cleared. not, say- not saying that you weren't good, because I'm not saying that, but I can just tell some of these people, they ain't really recruit for real, for real. They just say, hey, you want to
Yeah.
play? Can your check clear? Well, come on, play.
I think you just got ran fast. That was really
It's
all it
because you ran
was.
fast.
That's really all it was back then.
Uh, I used to be so mad because every weekend we had to go to Atlanta or go somewhere, and I'm like, "Don't y'all bring some of this money back to our area?" Them people did not care. But your love of sports, do you think that was like what, an outlet, or did you grab that from me, or did you grab it from? I mean, where'd you get it from? Where'd you get to that point of wanting to play and participate in sports like that?
So I know, I mean, I feel like everything has something to do with genetics. So I feel like, it came through me, through you, but I feel like a large part of my love of sports came from the fact that I'm the youngest of the older cousins in my family, if that makes sense. So I was always the one who got pushed around, always the one who got, dunked on, tackled and all that, because I was smaller than my older cousins and my older brother. And all it did was just drove me to get faster, get stronger, get better at the sports I played. Unfortunately, when I was younger, it didn't work as well. But of course, where I am now, and as I got older, it's helped me out a lot more. To where now, when I do the play against them now, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit easier
So,
now since I'm bigger than them.
so
All these different stuff.
he says, "Look, he says it's a little easier."
Yeah,
Well, mainly because you're bigger than most of them at this point.
yeah,
You got
I'm bigger
great
than pretty
DNA.
much all of them.
You
Yeah,
pretty much bigger than all of them, except, I think you and Dashawn probably around. No, I think you're bigger than
I'm,
Dashawn too, right?
yeah, I'm talking all of them.
Oh gosh. Well, you got
Yeah,
that good DNA from your dad, and you got to understand the Williams side of your family was some ballers. We didn't we a.
yeah,
I'm just saying we took it to the
I've
house.
heard some stories.
Okay, I just don't for everybody out there listening. Don't think it's sweet. We gets it in over here, okay? Now I may
Well,
have got this
we
little
take care
belly,
of
but
business.
I can still get you 10. I can get you 10 to 10. Easy.
We
Okay.
still need ours now.
You still, yeah, so
Yeah,
what?
me and you still need ours. Last time I played you in basketball was like, I think I was looking at my old videos on one of my old phones a couple weeks ago, and I think I was like 11 years old, 12 years old last time we played basketball against each other.
Darell Jr.
I'm twice that age now.
Darell Jr. DJ. Let me explain
Hmm.
something to you. I need you to understand youth has nothing on wisdom. Okay? Always remember that. I want you to forever put
Wisdom
that
got
in front of
nothing
your
when you
forefront of your
can't move.
mind.
No,
You say what?
wisdom got nothing when you can't even move.
Wow. Wow. This what we do. This what we coming on here for today, right? Got it. Okay. Cool. Now I need everybody to understand. I'm going to have to take my son out into the woodshed and take care of business on him. And I'm going to record it and I'm going to post it here so that I can show him that these 200 and some odd pounds still got it. Okay. So I need for you guys to like, share, comment on what sport you want us to play. Because
We'll see about
clearly,
that.
you said what?
I said, we'll see about that.
We
But
can
I'll
do
be ready.
anything but track. We can do anything but track.
No,
Now,
no,
if
that's my
you
main sport. That's my
nah,
main sport.
if you that track, I'll give it to you. You might be able to get me in track one time. I don't know about that. I'm just saying you might be able to get me in it. But we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna just let you live, okay? So
All right.
Tell me about your life now. All of
Mm.
the wisdom, all of the knowledge, the understanding that you may have picked up from your mom, from me, from James. Of course, I'm not married yet. But others. How does that impact who you are and where you come from, where you are today, and where you would like to go?
So I would say right now in my life, up to this point, up in my 22 and a half years of living, I would say this is probably the hardest point in my life currently because I'm at a place where I'm like of uncertainty. I would say, of course, I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritty details, but I'm at a point in my life where I feel like, I don't know where my career is going to go. I don't know where my education is going to go. I don't know where my just anything in general like that. So I pretty much had to fall back onto the things I've learned growing up from you guys. Like, don't one thing you always told me: keep your head up. You can't see the world in front of you when you looking at the ground and all those. Pick your chest up. Those just simple things like that. It just keeps me going every single day because I know, the world will leave you behind if I don't. So just lessons like that, and I know my all of y'all are praying parents, so I know that goes a long way too. And just a combination of all those different things, it runs through the back of my mind. It's like it's like you're trying to butter. You just keep going. You keep trying to butter. You want to get the butter out, and that's what's going in the back of my head every time I get to a point where I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I don't know what what's the next for me. What's the future? What's the future hold? What even is in the present for me right now? Because like I said, this it is a pretty hard period currently,
Hmm.
but I know since, like I said, I've had such good role models and such good people to speak life into my situations and all that. They it's kept me motivated because sometimes you can't motivate yourself. Sometimes you need other people.
So, I just had a question. It just tried to leave me. That's an age showing. Um, oh, I know what I was going to ask you. So, some of your friends. Now, you guys were fortunate enough to have friends that you started pre-K with and went all the way through high school, and some of y'all went to college together.
Hmm.
So have you seen a difference from like in your friends' lives where you may have some friends that didn't have their fathers and their mothers around or a solid um, you know, upbringing or not necessarily upbringing, well, yeah, upbringing or community or circle around them. Have you seen a difference from even from elementary school all the way up through college? Have you seen a difference in, of like of having a dad or having a hands-on mom or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, yeah, I have actually. Some of my friends that I've went to middle school with, elementary school with, they've all some of them have steered into paths that I wouldn't necessarily go down on. That's the path that they're supposed to take, I guess, right now to lead them to a better place. But yeah, I've seen them people without fathers. I've seen some of them go in and out of jail. Some are still in jail. Not saying that there's anything wrong with people who do end up in a situation like that, but it is true that without having certain people in life, you're more likely to end up in a certain situation like that. And that's why I said, like, one thing I will always say about my parents is I'm glad that although they weren't together for most of my life, they have been great people. They've always been there for me no matter what. And having two parents is one of those blessings that's pretty much overlooked that that really benefits somebody a long way, especially me as a young man having a another black man in my life who hasn't really been in like crazy amounts of trouble up to this point. So, and of course,
I used to be a thug back in the day, DJ. But go ahead.
I mean, like you aren't currently serving 20 years in state penitentiary, nothing like that.
Praise God. Oh man.
Yeah. So.
In my generation, there was stats out that like 1 out of 7 young men in my age would either be dead or in jail by the time we turn 25. And for I praise God, I was able to choose good friends that stat really didn't hit our house. Now, it did hit our house after the age of 25, but and I see you guys, the younger generation now going out, kicking it, whatever the case may be. And I'm telling you, and this is the honest to God truth, and there's no lie. When I learned that I was having children, because I was technically supposed to stop with you, yet I got my sweet sugar mama, and then Scooter was my little oops baby. But I love Scooter, don't. Um, I've always made it my business to give you guys back to God. I mean, and that's why I can sleep well at night because I do believe that I gave you guys to God, and I believe He orders your steps. Now, as your dad, I can say that I I don't agree with every choice y'all make because I'm still flabbergasted by this whole
on
sitting at
that
the
boy.
bar drinking together. You wait till I talk to Destiny because I know this is a Destiny issue. I know this is something she decided to do. Anyway, um, I don't agree with all of y'all's choices. However, I can say I'm proud of each and every one of you. I love you all equally, and I know you all need something differently. So I cannot love you the same. But as your dad, though, I just want to say, I am proud of you, and I always think about, the next level in your life because, like I told you before, if I was smart, you'd be you. If I was smarter, you'd be probably around 2 years old at this point, because I would have life
Last
would have
week you
been a
said six
completely
months.
different. Yet, I'm okay with where we are right now. So
Yeah,
I don't want anybody to think that I'm poo pooing on my own life because I'm not. I did the best that I could with work and trying to take care of you guys and make sure you guys had the very best that I can afford. So with that, where do you see if you could change anything from your past, including myself and your mom and all this type of stuff? Is this something that you would change?
So the easy answer is no, simply because I mean I'm proud of who I am right now, and I wouldn't like change the dynamics and relationships I have with the people I have right now. But if I did have to choose anything to change, I would say, of course, naturally, if y'all stay together, that'd be that also another easy answer. Simply because I mean having y'all both in the house at the same time would still be leaps and bounds better than what we have now. Not saying there's anything wrong with what we have now, but I mean, being able to wake up every day and see, a happy relationship between your parents, you can't really be something like that.
Okay. Well, I want you to learn from our mistakes, though. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I tell you now, live on my podcast, anything else. Choose who you like, and hopefully they like you in return the same way. Not that I didn't like your mom or anything like this. That's not it. But
yeah,
we started out wrong. And I tell anybody
yeah,
starting out wrong, chances are you ain't gonna finish right. If we're honest about it. But I didn't have any growing up. I didn't have what you guys had. I didn't have anybody to teach me about the relationships. I didn't have anybody teach me about responsibility and fiscal ability, anything like that. Regularly. I really didn't have many examples, but I did what I could with what I had. I don't think now your mom and I came from two different family backgrounds because her mom and dad is still married. It's a bunch of them people on that side. Everybody on that side of your family got at least 17 children and 119 grandchildren. It's not like that on my side of the family.
yeah,
My family was a little bit smaller. We know everybody. I mean, I literally have everybody in my family in a group chat except maybe two people. So
yeah,
on my
yeah,
mom's side of the family, and on my dad's side of the family, it's 100 million of them too. But your mom's side of the family, your mom's side of the family taught me a lot because I've always seen them get together and do like barbecues. They have events with everybody. We play softball. We did all this stuff, and they still embrace me to this day, and I embrace them as well because the hand that was dealt, we could still get something out of it.
yeah,
I don't really try to poo poo any part of that relationship at all. It's just two people that we were young and we tried and it just did not work out. That's the long
yeah,
and the short of our relationship. And I'm happy for your mom. I'm happy that she has moved on and was able to, find love again, and have a solid relationship. She's a grandma now. 'Cause she got a lot of
yeah,
grandchildren, so she a grandma now. So, and I really appreciate that about her. Now I'm still gonna clown her, and she knows that. I know that anybody else will know I'm still gonna clown her. I'm still gonna
yeah.
clown your grandma. I'm still gonna clown all your aunties and uncles and all them too. Your auntie Ness and Dominique, no, Ness and Kat just started talking to me again about 3 weeks ago because I used to clown them so hard growing up. But as far as like, as far as like your vision, where is it that you see yourself in 5 years?
First thing, I know I'm 22 right now. In 5 years, I'll be 27. I want to be married in 5 years.
Yeah, because you're the
Uh,
lover boy of my children. I
yeah,
be shaking my head at you sometimes. Go ahead, DJ.
yes, I understand. Understand. I have no problem admitting it. I want to be married in 5 years, but beyond that, of course, I want to be into a career. And
Uh,
uh, currently, I'm not sure what that career would be, but I want to be into a career and establishing a career and financially free. So that I won't have to, worry about where how I'm gonna pay the next bill, or if I have children, whatever, how I'm
DJ,
gonna feed my
wait,
children. I
wait,
don't have
wait,
to worry
wait,
about
wait,
all that.
wait, 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 wait,
So
wait, wait. You ain't got to worry about no bills now. What are you talking about, DJ?
no, no, no. I'm just saying though. I don't want to be in a situation where I would have to in
Oh,
5 years.
okay, all right. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because we tried to
So
teach you. We tried to teach you
yeah,
as
yeah,
best we could.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying I had
Okay.
that problem. But yeah, I for sure want to be married. 'Cause like I said, I'm the lover boy here. I kind of I'm the type to where I have no problem trying to start a relationship. Now, I also have no problem with ending one if I feel like it's not right, because I will pray over it and all that, and it's gonna be ended if it's not right, and that's okay with me because it's not right. But yeah, I would love to be married. I would love to be, on the way to having my first child, and like I said, ending my career and financially free, so that I can, because I want to. I'm a big traveler, and I feel like one of my favorite things I discovered when I went to college is, learning about different people and different cultures, because
Yeah.
like my last roommate, he was Vietnamese, and it just showed me like, you know what, it would be so cool if I just went to Vietnam one day, because I tasted Vietnamese food while while we lived together. I'm like, one day I want to visit where he came from, just to see what their culture is. Stay there for a couple weeks, see what's going on. It's not just Vietnam, Want to visit Nigeria, the United Kingdom, Australia, just all different places across the world. Want to be able to travel, have my passport, and go anywhere I please. Because, like I said, I'm a pretty open minded, pretty outgoing, fun person. So I feel like this personality I have, I can't limit it to just one city or just one state or just the southeast in the United States. I feel like everybody in the world should be able to see, what I have to offer, because I bring joy to people, you know.
Yeah, I've been begging my children to get their passports for who knows how long now, because of that very thing you just said. I want to see you guys be cultured, and I've always said this growing up. I'm not raising you guys to be good Columbus, Georgia citizens. I'm raising you guys to be good global citizens. I want you
Hmm.
guys to go out there and make your mark wherever you want to go, wherever you decide to put your foot. I want you to say, "I was able to conquer this right here." I
Yep.
think that is very important as a parent to try to model that as well. Now, growing up, I was an over the road truck driver, so we didn't really get to go as much as I would have liked to have gone. But still, not too late. We can still do father and children trips if y'all want to. But please understand, I'm not paying for y'all. Okay, let's put that part out there. um, but yes, I do, and I appreciate that fact that you're embracing and wanting to be cultured and learn about things out in the world, and not just look at where you come from or something like that and say, okay, this is enough. No, the world is much bigger than Muskogee County. The world is much bigger than Fulton County, much bigger than the state of Georgia itself. Because I'm gonna be honest, if it wasn't for truck driving, I don't know if you would be where you're sitting right now as far as having the balance that you have. Because I don't know if I would even have the balance that I have without experiencing other cultures. And although I've traveled internationally and domestically, being a truck driver really like opened my world up. Not even gonna lie. Even just as soon as I crossed the state line, of Alabama, because been to Alabama, Florida, and all those places before. But as soon as I crossed those state lines to go visit other places, I saw that the United States had a whole lot more to offer than just what I saw on the Chattahoochee River all the time. And that was no, um, it's no slight to my city or anything like that. It's just we have a limited viewpoint, and we got a lot of blind spots that we may not recognize because there's certain things that we're used to seeing, and I really appreciate that. So what happened with your nursing dreams? You don't think about being a nurse no more?
So yeah, I'm still interested in doing that, because, like I said, one of the career I want to do is work in emergency medicine, and I feel like nursing is a good path in that, because I want to work in the ER.
Uh-huh.
Nurses have a little bit more, uh, I guess I won't say power, but I can't think of the word, but they have a little more power than just regular EMT or emergency ER techs and stuff like that. And it doesn't take too long to become a nurse either. So it's a hard. Don't get me wrong, it's still a hard area and it's a hard subject. You should really like deep down and pay attention when you get into it. But I'm definitely still interested in that.
You and Sugar Mama, I don't know what it is about y'all in school, because Sugar Mama don't study for nothing. She just do the work. And then here
Yeah.
you come doing the same thing. Y'all think you better at tests than anything, right?
Yes, and especially back in school, I did not study for tests at all, and I always got the highest grade on it. I don't know why.
And my oldest one, he don't like taking tests at all. And then Destiny, she just gonna do it just long. Hey, I passed. That's it. It's a 79. You That's what you get. Okay. But and there's one thing I know about y'all. All of y'all went to different high schools, and it wasn't because I didn't want y'all to go to the high school. Y'all just had different y'all had different beliefs. Y'all had different things that attracted y'all to the schools that y'all decided to go to. Because you
Mhm,
went to the Great Carver High.
mhm.
Your mom and I went to that school. I didn't. The crazy part is I didn't know her at that school, but she went there. But and I never graduated from Carver High School. Yet when I heard my name being called at your graduation, my heart was filled with joy because I'm like, hey, God, my name was still called out in this auditorium. And I really appreciate the fact that I was able to stay on top of y'all head because I was going to get my $100,000 if y'all didn't graduate. Because I told y'all straight up, either you graduate or you paying me $100,000 cash. And well,
Yeah.
see, you're not in debt $100,000. So praise God for that.
I mean, I still remember
Um,
that. Still remember that word you said at church that the weekend I graduated.
you said what now?
I still remember the word you said at church the weekend I graduated.
What I say? Because it's been a lot of y'all that graduated. What I say?
Yeah, you were like, you may not graduate on time yourself, but your namesake graduated. Just graduated
Absolutely,
this weekend.
absolutely, it
Still
did.
remember that.
So I really appreciate that. Thank y'all for doing that, going to school and handling your business, and as my people say on my daddy side, getting your lesson.
Country.
So, so you, we got to talk about something, and I hope you're ready for it.
Oh,
Have to take a deep breath. You said that you want to be married within 5 years. Okay,
yes.
I'm not going to deter you from that. So, are you working towards that now? Like, who is she? Who is this young lady that you're thinking about married in the
I,
next 5 years?
so there's no specific person currently right now. Like I said, I'm still, like I said, weighing my options. Yes, I know it's crazy to sound. I usually always have somebody, but no.
No,
Currently, I'm
wait.
still weighing my options. Of course, there's people that I know that I've been on dates with and all that, but of course, for one reason or another, it just hasn't worked out. So, but like I said, one thing I started to do, and I know people have told me, over the past 4 or 5 years that I should do, and I haven't started until just recently, to be honest, is I've really made a list of like, the things that I want in a partner, and I've written them down so that, because I want to be a little bit more intentional about what I get, and be a little bit not more picky, but you
Yeah,
know,
you can be picky.
just yeah. I ain't want to say, I ain't want to sound rough, but yes, to be a little more picky about who I want, and it's kind of working in my favor because I'm seeing a little bit better results now. It isn't the best results I've ever gotten, but I'm seeing a difference from the past where I'm just taking anybody. You like me, I like you too.
So, okay, so how is it dating somebody who's not Coco Jones? Because that's the ultimate. How is it somebody besides
Heartbreaking.
Coco
I'm
Jones?
just saying.
Say what?
That's a heartbreaking. Nah,
For,
for real though.
for y'all that don't
Nah,
know, Coco Jones is DJ's muse. That's the one she probably hanging on his wall behind him right now. I don't know if she is or isn't, but
I wish.
that's his one of the ones right there. Okay.
I'm still hanging out, hope, But
She from
not,
the South. She from Tennessee. I mean, she right. I mean, you know. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, how's dating for a 22-year-old Darell Jr.?
So I would say, in my opinion, I mean, I feel like, because I'm gonna compare uh, dating now for me versus for you back when you were my age. I'm
Whoa,
sure you can
whoa,
understand
whoa,
my
pump,
standpoint. I
whoa,
know I can't
whoa,
give the full
Junior, pump your.
explanation, but hold on. Let me land my plane. Let me land my
Okay, go
plane.
ahead.
Of course, now we live in a more social media driven age. So, from
Yes.
what I've noticed in dating, and I know you didn't have the experience back then, probably not nearly as much as we live in a since the social media age is also an age of comparison. So,
Mm,
if what somebody sees the what somebody sees online, if they like something online, they're gonna expect that out of a person. And we're seeing a lot of 80s, people having the 80s but giving up their 84/20. And
mm,
I personally, try to steer away from trying to compare what one person have to what I see somebody else have online because that's their relationship. What I think may work for me may not actually work for me.
right.
So that's why I say it's pretty hard nowadays because I'm not gonna say there's a lot of bad apples, but there's a lot of apples that's getting pretty rotten right now. And not saying I'm just a perfect fruit or nothing like that, but you know, it is like I said, comparison is a real thief of joy nowadays, and it's a lot of it. So I'm seeing it to where people will say, yeah, I want my man to have this right here. I want to have $300,000, have two cars, have a house, this and the third, and we're 22 years old. You don't expect that out of somebody.
Is not realistic.
Yeah, so there's
Some
a lot
some of
of
the stuff
unrealistic.
these young people asking for today, it take their granddaddy 60 years to get it. So how in the
Yeah,
world are you gonna get it in 20 years with zero knowledge or experience? Mm.
yes.
Okay.
So
So
that's why I say I'm pretty picky with who I like. So I'm a pretty good observer, even beyond relationships. Just even in any other social environment, I'm the type to where I will get to an event or something like that, and I will just look around, see what the energy is in the air, see what the vibe is in the air, and just bank off of that. See what's how to fit in, not just try to be part of the crowd, but what part of my personality do I want to pull out and give to everybody else. That makes sense. So I'm pretty much the same way when it comes to like, I kind of observe someone, in their little, dating phase, when we're going out, going out to a restaurant, going out to do something fun, see how they interact with other people in public, see how they interact with me, or just how they are whenever we're not talking to each other at the moment, because those things go a long way because I know uh, and seeing like other people's relationships who have been married, for a long period of time, who've told me, you got to enjoy the good, the bad, and the ugly relationship because, you know, those things, it's not easy. And even in my short dating history, I've seen it's not easy for myself because I've had my moments where I'm like, I wish I would have did that better because, you
mhm.
know, I feel like I may have lost something, or I feel like I may have it may have ended too soon, or whatever the case is. So, and there's no reason for me to go back to it.
Hmm. Are you a selfish dater?
What do you mean? Like I don't like my partners have me with other people and like that.
That and just not giving, not to the point where like I never taught you not to be chivalrous. So you never saw that from me because y'all
Yeah.
know the rule and my you couldn't even get in my car without making sure your sisters were covered. So
Hmm.
just are you like selfish can cuz see I don't know how you guys do it. And I know what I taught you. I know what I instilled in you. But that
Hmm.
don't mean you don't take a cheat sheet from somebody else. So what type
Nah.
of dater are you to get you to the married in 5 years thing?
Um. This might sound pretty bad, but I was just talking to my friend about this other day. I'm a big go with the flow type person. As in, because I'm still learning myself as it is, and my frontal lobe is still developing right now. So I really don't understand myself completely. So I can't really expect myself to know everything that I would want fully yet. So
Mhm.
as I'm experiencing new things, I'm like, okay, I kind of like this aspect, but I don't like this aspect, and it's kind of been helping me in the long run because, like I said, some things weigh more than others. Somebody's a cheater is gonna weight a whole lot more than somebody who, snores in their sleep. No shade, but
I mean, cause you
those
snore,
two,
so there's that.
I know well, yeah, those two things, they have different weights, and like I said, I'm still learning new people, new things from people each time I meet someone, and like I said, I'm also learning from myself too. So and they're learning from me. So I know I've had situations where we're getting out the car to go somewhere, and they start opening the door. I'm like, who told you to open that door? They're like, I
Right.
never had someone open the door for me before. I'm like,
You with a
close it.
Williams
I
now,
got
baby. You with a
you. Yeah.
Williams now,
I said,
baby. So hey,
I tell them every single time. I said, my dad would kill me right now if he found out that I just let you come and
yes, I
pop that
will.
door open by yourself. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So in your dating life, what are your non-negotiables? What have you up to this point? What are your non-negotiables?
um, the two biggest ones, he has to be God fearing, says Jesus loving, and of course, she has to be black. I personally,
Hey,
I
you know
want,
what?
I want to be
I can get with that. I can get with
yeah,
that because yeah, that's important.
yeah,
And specifically, we talking about Jesus now because a lot of people out here talking about they spiritual. Yeah, but so is a demon. The demon is spiritual as well. I need to hear some specifics. The word is
yeah,
specifics, but I need to hear some specifics. Okay, so that's the number one non-negotiable for you. Number two, those are
yes,
two
yeah. That's always been
non-negotiables
number
for you.
one. So,
That's
so
that's
beyond
all
that,
wrapped into one.
you said what?
You said that's all wrapped up into one.
Yeah, well, not well. Of course, the God loving Jesus, God fearing Jesus loving. That's number one. Like I said, that's gonna be like that's. I don't have to go deep into that, but that's like I said, that's non-negotiable right there. But
Okay.
the other non-negotiable, like I said, I have for sure is he has to be black. And I was talking to these people one time where I was telling them like I want my wife to be black, and it's just the case, and they were telling me like, you never know what you're gonna like. And like, you're correct in that aspect, but if I'm not putting myself in those spaces with other people, it's gonna be pretty hard for me to end up with somebody that I'm saying I don't want to be with. So, I'm always in the space where that's why I always like finding myself in spaces with more black women because that's who I want to be with anyways. I'm gonna surround myself with the people I like.
Yeah. Okay. So I gotta tell people this. Now and this is the honest to God truth. DJ will tell you I'm not lying about this. Is one thing about me. I taught my girls. I did my best to teach my girls what to look out for when it comes to men because I've always said if they can't do what your dad do or more, then this might not be somebody that you know will want to deal with. But I told my boys as well to leave these little spicy women alone, these little spicy drama filled girls that y'all be raising alone
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want them to get into trouble or get into situations with these women that's gonna put them in trouble. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And now do they take my advice all the time? That oldest one had to go see for himself. But
Yeah,
for so far, Darell Jr., from what I can tell, hasn't really been down that road yet. Now I'm not comparing you two because, like again, you're not to
I
be
know.
compared, but because y'all come from the same place. But has that helped you, like in your dating?
Seeing what my older brother's been through.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
and not messing with them spicy women.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. 1,000%. 1,000%. I've now don't get me wrong. I've dealt with spicy women before, but I've always been the type to just go ahead and push them away, block them. Like you said, even though I'm quick to block somebody, quick to get rid of them because I don't need that extra negativity in my life. I don't
Oh
dwell on.
boy, spicy women for somebody, they just not for us. We just
Yeah. It's not for me. I can't deal with it. Um, I'm too happy go lucky to be trying to be over here stressing about somebody.
okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
pretty.
I know
Yeah,
you don't like to date women with children. I know that for a fact. There's nothing wrong
yeah,
with that. That's your choice.
yeah.
Have you changed that at all?
Not really. I mean, I've always said that as I get older, I mean, I'm a little bit more open to it because naturally it's gonna be less and less women that are not gonna have children.
Uh huh.
But of course, you know, and of course, it's a lot of factors that go into it. I mean, if your child is less than a year old, I'm not gonna deal with you. That's because you're probably still dealing with your, the child's father and all that. And yeah, it's just a lot
Oh
of things that they go into that I'm just. But for the most part, though, I'm just gonna avoid that situation altogether, and stick to one who still, doesn't have any children yet. You know, preferably hasn't been married yet, because I do have friends and do know people who have been married already and already divorced at this age. I've met
wow.
people just like that, just that quick. So it just I don't want people who's already been through such a drastic part of their life that I haven't experienced it. I want to experience that with that person for the first time.
Not divorce. Anything but divorce.
Yes, and
Not
there's nothing
divorce.
wrong with. I know some people have different situations, but like I said, it's just not for me.
Right. Okay. Do you talk to your sisters about dating and about the women that you date?
Nah, not Devin. Destiny every once in a while I will. I
When
mean,
y'all at the
Destiny
bar
has
drinking?
tried.
When y'all at the bar
You
drinking,
saw
that's when
what?
y'all.
Nah, that day we were mostly talking about bowling. But me and Destiny have had FaceTime calls or whatever. If I'm driving Destiny somewhere, like when I drove her to Charlotte, talking about girls and all that, and she's talking about boys, or men and women, I guess, where they age now. So, and she's even tried her hand before, and unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. The people she's tried her hand giving
She tried
me.
to hook. Wait, she tried to hook you up before?
Yes, she has. She hasn't worked out.
Oh, y'all didn't tell me that one. So
I
hold
told
on.
you, our relationship, it's gotten much better than it was back when we were younger.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So y'all drinking together. Y'all out here. Running plays together. Y'all doing two men together too? Yeah, that what y'all doing? Y'all out
Nah.
here doing two men together?
No, we haven't. Maybe we
Oh,
should just get the full
oh.
trifecta.
Tell me about that situation. Like, was she trying to hook you up? How did that go? Was it one of her army buddies?
No, it was actually one of her friend's sisters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you didn't like her?
It wasn't actually one of her like friends. It was just like it's an extension of one of her friends. I guess you could say. It just
I,
didn't work out.
the ne-
That's all it was.
the next time with somebody with the last name Williams come on here, I gotta have all y'all on here because this is all
Yeah,
news to me.
yeah.
And I've
That's
always said I don't get the play by play, I only get the highlights. So, and I understand why I don't get the
yeah.
play by play right now because yeah, a lot of this stuff I don't know if I can handle. Y'all tearing me up right now.
You gotta
Okay,
make sure your heart right first.
yeah, I do because and, and I know my sugar mama. She oh, I'm gonna be so sad when sugar mama get married. Oh, I can feel myself welling up already. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Okay,
No,
well,
I mean, I can't say though. It's I feel like it's that time period because whenever my mom talks about Devin, talking to a boy trying to talk to Devin, she'll tell me and my brother like, "Oh, Devin, this boy like Devin." Of course, matching me and him like, who is it? Because we don't play about Devin, but we're also both at that point in our life where we know Devin is 19 years old on the way to turn 20. She's going to event. She's probably liking boys. I'm sure she's liking boys and going to start dating boys and all that. So I feel like I should be, to that point now where I should at least be giving her advice on how to deal with it because I'm only 20, almost 3 years older than her. It's not too big of an age gap. So I know it's going to be people around my age and just younger who's going to be dealing with her. And I know how boys are in this generation in the year 2025. So I'm at that point now where I should be starting to, giving her advice and warn her about what to see and
ooh,
those
boy,
different
this is
things.
this is
It's
too
just
much on my 40-year-old mind and heart. God doggone. Oh man. Well, this is what I raised y'all for. I raised y'all to get to this point to where y'all can start becoming more independent, start taking care of yourselves. Man. Oh, gosh. Y'all don't see
we
y'all not
just talk.
parents yet, so y'all don't understand what it's like being a parent and trying to raise y'all and then knowing that you're not fully completely grown yet until till about 35. It's not easy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's not
Yeah,
easy. And we want people to we want you guys to be do the very best that you can to have the most solid life that you can have. And I can say this about you. You're my most um you're my most activist child. I see you post stuff, and I see you paying attention to what's happening in the world today with government, politics, money, different things like that, and that's appreciated. I've always wanted you guys to be balanced in those areas. I never tried to force um I never tried to force my ways and my life on you guys, but my team, me for Team Williams, is always one motto: we root for each other while we're up, and we lift each other up while we're down.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's that's always been the case. I've always said that to you guys. I don't want that to change ever. I've always said to you and Demarcus, take care of your sisters and your little brother. Um, and always and most importantly, take care of one another because the unfortunate part about it is these bodies they have expiration dates. Now I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, and I don't plan on burying
yeah,
either one of y'all yet. I want you guys to have Because now you know me. I tell you guys, you got to have agreement to fool with me. Because when we go out to eat, I'll be like, what y'all want to eat? And then nobody
Yeah.
can make a decision. And y'all, I said, well, I'm gonna pick then. Then all of a sudden, y'all know what y'all want to eat. I did that on
Yeah.
purpose because I want you guys to be able to resolve conflict with one another. I wanted you guys to be able to say, although I may not like this, if it's for the greater good for the family, I'm okay with it. Now, y'all didn't know all of that all the time. No, I didn't
No.
want you to drink any type of juice or anything while you're eating your food because I wanted you to get the
Well,
nutrient before you got the payoff. I wanted
yeah.
you to have, you know what I'm saying? I want you to have what it is that you needed before you got what it is that you wanted. These are all lessons. I don't think I was ever a mean dad. Do you think I was a mean dad to y'all?
Nah, you were strict about certain things, but you weren't mean.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever mean. I think I only had to give you what 2 whippings in your whole life, and there was some
Yeah.
foolishness.
But
It usually corrected y'all in the moment, but I've always I can tell you this. I've enjoyed being your dad. I've enjoyed being your dad up to this point. I wish you guys gave me more birthday and Father's Day gifts. That's another podcast for another day. I want you know I really wish you guys were the very best in life. Because I want you guys to have the very best in life. And I will tell you, it's not being selfish by being picky. It's not being selfish to put Darell Jr. first up until he's ready to be who it is that he was called to be. I've always wanted you guys to understand your purpose, and I know that you're still discovering purpose. I understand that you're still discovering your destiny and things like that. No pun intended. I've always wanted you guys to have a balanced life. I taught you the Bible. I taught you about Jesus, but I also taught you how to shoot craps because I wanted you to be able to survive in any situation that you find yourself in. I've
yep.
taught you how to be calm, but I've also taught you how to um, be violent when you need to be violent. We're not nonviolent people. We're only anti-violent people. So we're gonna do everything we can to make sure that it doesn't become violent. Yet, if you choose to cross that line, then I got to cross it as well. That's the mindset that we've always had. That I've always tried to give you guys. I never wanted you guys to look at us, your mom nor myself, at any way but human because that's who we
Hmm.
are. We've done everything we could to this point. Now the raising is done. I'm not your dad in every aspect of your life now. I become more of a coach, and so with coaches ain't gonna always get it right. Coaches ain't gonna always talk right. Coaches ain't gonna always sound the most loving, but you have to understand the wisdom and the knowledge that comes along with a coach who's already seen some things and seen how certain things work. And that's the only thing that I would like to pass on to you guys. Right now, you're being a representative of the spokesperson for Team Williams. So, is there anything that you would like to say concerning yourself and your siblings? On behalf of yourself and siblings, because I don't know if you talked to them about this or not.
No, other than my brother, when I asked him if he wanted, if he was available to join, but I guess I can't speak for them fully, but I'm sure that I can speak for them when I say like, we appreciate you as a father because I mean we know you haven't, you know, it wasn't you weren't perfect, and neither my mom wasn't perfect. I mean
Wait, whoa,
nobody's
whoa,
perfect.
whoa, pause.
Wait,
Time
wait, hold
out.
on, let me
Time out. You said I wasn't what? We'll get back to that.
weren't
Go ahead,
perfect,
DJ.
weren't perfect. Nobody's
Wow.
perfect, but what we do know is we recognize that you try your best, and that goes further than anything because there are parents out there who don't even try. You know, they don't want to be in their kids' lives, and they don't want to go the extra mile to be the best parent they possibly can be. However, that's what you've done as a father, and we appreciate it. And it's because and it shows in how we gravitate towards you. And of course, whenever we need something, like we'll ask you for something. Maybe not me as much.
You and Destiny
I know
ain't
the
got
other ones
no problem
will.
with asking.
I know the other ones for sure will ask more than me. I know that for sure. But I mean, but it it says a lot though about the type of children that you raised that and the job that you did was a good job in doing it from our eyes. Now, of course, I know one day we'll be parents, and it's gonna be the same thing for our children. And I'm sure as a grandfather, and like you aren't there yet, but one day as a grandfather, I'm sure you be able to instill the same values. Uh, and more to them as you learn, what it's like to be a grandfather. And I hope, it's the best that you could possibly do, just like you did with us. So
Don't
that's what I
think
can
y'all
say.
don't think
I'm
y'all
gonna say I can speak for us.
don't think y'all gonna leave them jokers at my house and get ghosts. I'm not playing them
Oh, we
games, God
definitely
dog
will.
it.
I definitely will. I'll tell you that.
I'm just telling you now. I don't want y'all thinking y'all gonna just leave these jokers at my house and get ghosts. But
Leaving them on the doorstep and going to the other side of the world.
oh, okay, all right. Well, ain't no problem. Yeah, hey, their granddaddy is a professional driver. I can catch you, and I got your location. So there's that.
And catch that
But
airplane.
let me say this real quick. Darell Jr., I have
Mhm.
enjoyed you being here. And so let me see. Now I don't know if you told any of your friends or anybody like that. So I'm gonna put the phone number up if somebody want to talk to you. So we've been going for a good
Like,
little while now, and I think we've had a great conversation thus far. But I want to
yeah,
say that I want you as my son and my namesake to uh always remember and always know your dad loves you. And love looks kind of weird to those who've never experienced it because it's always going to be put your seatbelt on. Did you eat? How come you haven't done this? How come you didn't make that decision? Blah blah blah. Make sure you pay your bills. Make sure that these are the things I stay on top of y'all about. Um, and you got a bunch of grace with me. You got a bunch of grace with because I've been in your shoes before. When you're 22 years old. At 22 years old, I had a child, so you don't get to do it like I did.
yeah,
So you don't have to worry about the stuff I had to worry about. Now was your sister forced me to grow up, at 25, 22 years old. And then it seemed like y'all just didn't stop coming for whatever reason. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're not talking about that no more. But I just want to say I appreciate the compassionate young man that you are. I appreciate the for jotting down the wisdom um mentally if you didn't do it physically all the time. I've tried my best. This ain't no exit speech. I ain't going nowhere no time soon.
oh yeah.
But I tried my best, and I want you guys to know that I'm always here for you. Now, again, I ain't gonna always agree with everything you do. I ain't gonna always agree with everything you say. I'm not going to always. We're not gonna always see eye to eye. But you best believe if I give you wisdom, if I give you knowledge, if I give you understanding, it's from a place of love and discernment. It's gonna always be from a place of you and I being me seeing you, me seeing myself in you. And
Yeah.
if there's a pitfall I can get you to avoid, I'm gonna do everything I can to get you to avoid it. Like my best friend Joseph say, you got zero reason to buy what the family already owns. We've already had lack before. We've already had mental problems. We've already had certain things. So if I can do anything that I can as your dad to help you avoid certain things, I'm always available to you and for you to do that. I don't care what I'm doing. If y'all get in trouble, I'm going to drop everything and I'm going to show up. I'm going to be there no matter what it takes for me. But I'm proud to be your dad. Our relationship before you even was even conceived it was kind of delicate. Yet I'm happy happy that you're here. I'm happy that you've seen this far in your life. And I want you to continue going on and chasing every dream that you got. And I want you to chase every dream with every ounce of everything in you. Because you, my child, that you're the one who tried to take the shortcut. Life was never intended to be full of shortcuts. I know y'all, I know who I got. And you can't try to argue with me about that because I just know this about you. You're the one who would try to take the shortcut faster than anybody else. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's like, nah, bro, it don't work like that. But anyway,
Call take the efficient route.
okay, you call it efficient, I call it shortcut. Certain things I want, certain things you're gonna need in life, that you can't get unless you go the long way. But my love, you never gotta take the long road for. My wisdom, now you gotta take the long road for my money. I'll tell you that now. You gotta take the long road for my money. But I want you to know that again, I'm always here for you. Um, you got good blood running through your veins between the Moore side and the Williams side. Now we ain't the best families, we ain't the most functional families, but you can always tell that there's love. You've been to your great
Yeah.
grandmother's house in Alabama and you've seen how we get down. Whether it's from shooting fireworks to having barbecues to, they're gonna have a good time down there.
Yeah.
And I want you,
Mm.
as my son, to understand that I want you to be able to pass these certain things on to your children one day. I want you to be able to pass these wisdom nuggets down to your children one day. Um, I'm proud of you, and I love you, and I care for you a lot, and I want you to have, like I said, the very best life possible, not just for you, but that's from Demarcus, Destiny, Darell Jr., Devin, and Dallas, all 5 of y'all. All them names. I remember your names, your middle names, your birthdays, all of these things. So I have, you won't believe this, I have every little trinket y'all made me in elementary school packed away. I'm never getting rid of that stuff. I have space for you. I'm building an inheritance for you. It's gonna take a while. I keep picking off of it, but I'm trying to build it. But anyway, um, but I want to say, man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud
Thank
of your
you. Thank
resilience, even at 22. Unfortunate. It was unfortunate that you had to leave your county job so early. Yet we still believe in God for full healing. We still believe in God for full restoration, so that there will be no limitations on your life going forward. The enemy cannot touch y'all, because again, yes, I do pray for y'all. I do want to see y'all have the very best in every way imaginable. Um, and again, I've tried to raise you to be a global citizen. I never wanted you to be, excuse me, just a citizen of Columbus, Georgia with a meal job or something like that. That was never the case. Although I didn't go to college, I wanted you to have the opportunity to go to college. Although I didn't purchase a home when I was younger, I want you to have the opportunity to be able to do that. And I know that it takes grit, determination, and you got to build good relationships. I want you to cherish all of your solid relationships with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues, all of these people that's going to help get you to the next level. I've done what I could to get you to the point that you are, and but my prayer has always been, no matter who you come in contact with, in a quote unquote fatherhood position or older person, I've always wanted them to speak the same language that I was speaking to you. And that's positivity, that's faith, that's resilience, that's things that's gonna take you to and mold and shape you into becoming who it is that you are and you're supposed to be. Okay?
you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All
Put in
right.
the record too.
So I guess don't nobody want to call you. You know, I guess don't
Guess
nobody
they
care
think I
about
bought or
talking
something.
to you. We didn't get many comments, so I thought you were gonna run them numbers up, but you
I
didn't.
don't know. I ain't got the
You
pool I
clearly
think I
Clearly, you ain't got the juice like your daddy. So
got.
it
No,
is what it
good.
is. So must have got that from your mom.
They'll,
Whatever.
they'll catch replay. It's okay.
Is there anything you want to say before we leave here?
Well, I mean, give us the time and date for the that basketball, football, bowling. It don't matter. Chess. I definitely beat me in chess. Archery, fishing, cornhole. It don't matter.
Did you say
Track.
fishing?
Yes,
You
fishing.
said fishing.
Yes, fishing.
Tyrone, if you listening to this, I want this. I want you to be a witness to this specifically. Did you just say fishing?
I said fishing.
You didn't mean that. I'm gonna give you another opportunity. Say name something else. You didn't mean that.
Archery, badminton, curling, fishing,
Curling.
golf,
What?
fishing. I don't know.
Did you just
Anything.
said
It
it
don't
again?
matter.
I thought are you glitching? Did you say fishing?
Let me phrase it. Deep sea fishing, bass fishing,
Ain't no
catfishing.
ain't no competition. You know what? Ain't no competition in deep sea fishing. Whatever. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Next time we got to get the
Oh
whole
yeah,
crew on here,
I'll try my
because
best.
we got to get the whole crew on here because I know it's gonna be a problem. Everybody but Scooter, because he don't really focus like that for real. For real, he be all over the place. But
I'll try
we're
my best
almost
to
an
get
hour
them
and
on
15
next time.
minutes in.
It didn't feel like it.
I know it don't, because you spend time with the greatest.
Good
You know
time.
what I'm saying? Spend time with the greatest, sir.
Good conversation. Quick.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? I got to give you a
Thank
good
you for
round of
having me.
applause.
I'll be
Uh,
glad to be back whenever you allow me.
yeah, and you move up this way, I can show you how to do all this stuff, and I can just focus on being content, and then you could be producing and directing from the background. So
Yeah,
we'll see. Because
yeah,
this is your livelihood that I'm passing down. It's called the Darell Show, but you can always change the lower third and put Junior at the end when it's that time. So don't get it. It is what it is.
Dar-
You said what?
I said Darell Show is fine. Still
Okay,
my name.
all right, everybody. This is Darell Jr. and you have been
So,
watching the Darell Show. All right, I guess he's signing off. So I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, little Musty. My bad. I forgot. I was too busy trying to get up out of here because, I'm off to the next thing. Check this out. I forgot to tell you, I need for you to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. Every time you see this chocolate man with these headphones and this doggone black glasses, you know you're finna get some good quality content. We over here talking with some sense over here, okay? I want you to let all you people know. Tell them to meet me every Sunday night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook, YouTube, every streaming platform you can find. Please like, share, and subscribe.